This question is so important and I want us to answer it together. This question was asked by a 17-year-old boy. His name is Caleb, and the question goes like this: can science and humans become so good that they can recreate human beings in the labs? Wow, this question is very important and I want us to address it together through a critical analysis, not emotional or biased judgment. So, before we answer this question, I want us to watch this video and then you are going to help analyze this concept at the end of this video. Let's go ahead to watch this video.
This is like trying to produce a human.
Elon Musk.
Now we're entering a room where you'll see the future, where you'll see how far China has come in humanoid robotics.
So this is the newest robot that they got in EX robot. In the future, the robot's gonna build us.
She's looking at me. Let's see how AI is being used. I feel like you're in a sci-fi movie.
So this is like the latest skin robot they could do. If you can touch the skin, it feels real.
Oh.
Which hand is real and which one is the robot's?
The video you just watched is demonstrating the capabilities of science. Now, we had things that were not verified. I did not verify this information I heard, but in time past, I heard that scientists did not carry on these types of experiments because it was banned. But I am so overwhelmed to see that these kinds of experiments are going on in other countries. But that is not the question tonight. The question is simple. Is there a possibility? Now, this is how I'd like to address my questions. Is there a possibility, even if the current science does not have the capabilities of recreating humans in the lab, is there ever going to be a possibility like that? This is the standpoint of authority and faith. The last video I made, I spoke about if there was any possibility that aliens existed, and people did not like the way I addressed it by saying no. Now, the fact that my answers does not come from science alone. All right, science always leaves possibilities, but when it comes to faith, faith is absolute. Now, science does not want to limit its exploration due to its lack of resources to carry out certain exploration. But in faith, faith is absolute. The creation of God is finite, definite, and accounted for. So I, from the perspective of faith, can give a reply to such a question that is, the answer is going to be different from what a scientist is going to say. Now, we believe that the next generation of leaders and global masterminds will not just be scientists or technology gurus. They are going to be people who believe both in divine wisdom, divine realities, and then human intelligence, human intellectual capacity. So we at the Rabbi Studios combine these two to form a unique mindset. We believe that it is possible for children to be groomed, and even human beings, adults, to reconstruct their mindset to give possibilities and define life from the perspective of divine and human intelligence. That is why we at the Rabbi Studios do what we do. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Rabbi Studios. Let us dive right into our question. This question is so important, and as an authority in faith, because I am not yet an authority in science, I can't say that for now. But as an authority in faith, I want us to address this question from these two angles, not just science. All right, there is no limitation to what science can do. But let us be practical. Let us be practical. If you believe that existence came to be by a creator, by a divine creator, then your perspective, your perception, your judgment of reality shifts. But if you don't believe in a divine creator, then your judgment, your perception, and your perspective shifts again to another dimension. But we want to mesh them together because we believe that science explains the divine creation. Creation came to be by divine ordinances. That is my belief through faith. but science believes that creation came to be by some cosmic chance. That is their own belief. But I love science. I love the facts of science. Diving right into the question, if you want to create or recreate humans in the lab, one of the first elements you should consider is, what is man made up of? The components of man. In ancient times, philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, all of them came to a conclusion that man has two major components. There is a material component of man, and then there is an immaterial component of man. The material component of man has to do with the body, the physical attributes like the eyes, the legs, the body, the lungs, the liver, the stomach, all the attributes that can be touched. That is the aspect of man. But they believe that that is not the only aspect of man. There is another aspect of man, such as the immaterial aspect, which has to do with thinking, the mind. As of that time, there was so much that was lacking in exploring the mind and the soul until psychology came to be. Psychology is a branch of science that deals with exploring the component of the immaterial man. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that science agrees that there are two components, the material and the immaterial. But what science do not agree with is that the immaterial component is further divided into two dimensions. Now, this is where faith comes in. Science is trying to explain what is. Now, they may be lacking in explanation, they may be lacking in knowledge and insight, but with the dimension of faith in us, we can actually complement science. All right, that's what we believe, that they complement each other. Those faith is higher in authority than science, but science complements faith, and faith helps science to explore the better. So the faster science submits to faith, the better faith helps science to explain science, and science helps us to understand faith. Now let us go deeper again, talking about the immaterial man. According to faith, there are three major components of man. Now, the material and the immaterial are the major components according to science, but according to faith, there are three major components. Science limits the immaterial to only the mind, but faith extends the immaterial to also the spirit. In the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, the Bible acknowledges that there is such a thing as the soul, the spirit, and the body. So now, if man is made up of three components as defined by faith, then can we recreate these three components together? That is the first category of reason I want us to bring. The second category is the genetic makeup of man. Is it possible for science to recreate the genes of man? Because a gene is the smallest unit of a living organism. If science can be able to recreate a gene, then science can be able to recreate man. So these two major attributes is what science is stuck with. The ability to make material skin or human reflexes is very possible because machines have reflexes. But when we are talking about a human being, we're talking about billions of neurotransmitters connected together, interconnected together with other nerves and nerve endings, bringing together a system of trillions of possibilities, instant reflexes, and high level intelligence. Now, can science be able to reproduce that? Can they ever be able to reproduce that? My answer to you is no. Why do I say so? Because if you create something that is less than 100% man, then it is not man. Of course, there are so many creatures that look like man, but that doesn't mean they are men or they are man. All right. Look at the chimps, the gorillas, other creatures. They have lungs. They have all these attributes that looks like that of man, but they are nothing close to a man. So having attributes similar to a man doesn't mean you are a man. So if scientists are able to reproduce all these attributes, they are not the first to do it. Goats have it. Chimpanzees have it, where they have lungs, nose, and everything that looks like a man, but they are not men. All right. So the second component is the spirit aspect. How do you think science are going to be able to produce the spirit component of man, which is impossible? So my answer to you, Caleb, is that it is not possible for science to be able to create a man to look exact equal authority, equal identity, equal reality like the man. So I believe I've answered your question. If you believe otherwise, go ahead to the comment section and show us what you believe. God bless you. Take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye.